Well, first of all, good morning to all of you, and I'd like to say welcome on behalf of the governor and also Coach Staley. Today, I'd like to start by introducing myself. I'm Abe Turner, and I serve on the board of directors of the Original Six Foundation. And this morning, we're here to make a very special announcement, and I'll leave that up to the governor and Coach Staley to talk to those announcements in just a few minutes. The Original Six has been working very hard throughout the state, particularly in the rural areas. That's the counties that we work in to try to enhance the health services and also the educational services for the South Carolinians in the rural areas. That's been ongoing for a couple of years now. And I think later on you'll hear the governor talk to another event that we're going to kick off it very shortly in concert with Coach Staley. The counties that we normally work in are Allendale, Bamberg, Barnwell, Clarendon, Dillon, Marlboro, Marion, and also Union counties. So without any further ado, I'm going to now turn it over to the very best governor we've had in the very best state of the United States of America, Governor Nikki.
Thank you, General. And it's a great day in South Carolina. We are so excited because when you take two people who love the state of South Carolina so much, who have never forgotten where we came from, we are basically pulling two of our organizations together for the good of everybody. What we have done with the Original Six Foundation, we started a few years back, which was how do we bring attention to the challenged areas of South Carolina. They have good people, they have good relationships, but they need some lifting up. And so what we've done is we've gone in and we've put in health services, we've done city days, we've made sure that the kids have textbooks and book bags and all of those things, and we continue to do a lot of those things. Now we want to focus on the teachers. We are going to be having a teacher drive. Last year we did a book drive, and through our DMVs we raised or received over 20,000 books for our rural libraries in South Carolina. Now we want to do a teacher drive. So during the month of July, we are asking that everybody go to our website, www.theoriginal6foundation.org. /teacher supply drive, and what we're going to do there is make sure that you see the wish lists of all of our teachers and what they need. If you don't want to do that and you just want to get supplies, you can do that. Through my director of DMV, we are going to have drop boxes supplied by AT&T that will be at every DMV so that we can go and put those items in the boxes, and we will be giving them to the counties of Allendale, Bamberg, Barnwell, Clarendon, Dillon, Marion, Marlboro, and Union to make sure that we help them. If you talk to a teacher, especially in those rural areas, they're spending about $500 to $1,000 of their own money to make sure that they have enough supplies for their classroom. We want to help them through that. And then they also sometimes have to push that down to the student, and we don't want the students to have to go and have their parents get supplies any more than they have to. So this is us getting ready for the school year. This is us helping our sweet rural areas in South Carolina, and this is us partnering with the coolest coach ever. I don't know that I need to say much outside of the fact that I'm just giddy when I'm around her and excited about what strength she has brought to South Carolina. She's more than just the coach for University of South Carolina. She is South Carolina's coach for the entire state and has made us very proud. And so I'm now going to let her talk about what we're going to be doing in partnership.
Thank you, Governor Haley, and thank you, the Original Six Foundation, for partnering with INNERSOLE and allowing us to close the gap, the educational gap in the rural communities in the state of South Carolina. We're hoping to raise, a lot of awareness as always. So we'd like to thank the partnership. We will be collecting shoes, new sneakers at all the DMVs for this campaign. But we'd like to just give a little insight on how INNERSOLE will impact these lives. We just started an initiative called Educate My Soul, and we are going to give every second grade participant, in the Original Six rural communities, supply them with a new pair of sneakers for back to school. We're also going to start our new program. Each student that receives a new pair of sneakers will be a part of the Educate My Soul school year, all school year. We'll go into that school, not just with sneakers, but I will have a presence in those areas throughout the school year. So, we're raising awareness in 4 areas. One is physical fitness. Another area is class attendance. The other areas, physical fitness, and also behavior. We feel like these variables will help students at this age gain valuable tools that will help them with the rest of their lives, and hopefully they will be in a position of being on a campus like the University of South Carolina or any higher educational campus so they can further their education. So thank you so much for the partnership. We look forward to impacting lives of our young people every single day at a crucial age of their life.
Thank you. And with that, we want to thank Coach. And so this is the call to action. During the month of July, we want you to go to a DMV. We want you to drop off a new pair of shoes, preferably second grade is what we're talking about. New pair of shoes for children. We want you to drop off teacher supplies. We want you to go to, if you need some ideas on those teacher supplies, go to, let me make sure I get it right, the original6foundation.org/teacher supply drive. Is what we want you to do. And so we want to help teachers, we want to help students, we want everybody to get a good start to the school year. Director Schwader, do you want to add anything about the DMVs and what people can expect?
Number one,
besides smiling happy faces.
well, we're excited. We've got 67 DMVs total. We've got them in every county in the state, and we pride ourselves by the fact that we get an opportunity to participate in a lot of community activities and spirits of volunteerism. And so they're all looking forward to the interaction. You don't have to come to the DMV just to support a transaction. We want you to bring those school supplies and those sneakers out there so that we can get them in the hands of the kids that need them most. So we're excited about the opportunity to participate.
So what we do want people to do is realize how blessed we all are. We are all blessed, and for us to go pick up a pair of shoes for a child, or for us to go get some teacher supplies for a teacher who works with a lot of kids every day, it's a good thing for South Carolina. So Coach Staley and I look forward to a great turnout. August 13th, we will be doing our big celebration where we look at the mounds of teacher supplies and tennis shoes that we hopefully have waiting here, but we do call on all South Carolinians to make every day a great day in South Carolina, even for those children in rural areas. And so with that, we'll open it up for any questions that you have.
How long have you two been, or the organizations together, how long have you been working to plan this?
So I think we've been in talks for probably less than a year now, but finally decided that we're going to get together and that this would be a good one to start partnering on. INNERSOLE, if you've seen what they do, I mean, they really focus on giving confidence to a child. And if you look at a child who's going through a hard time at home and come to school, if they can come to school with a new pair of shoes, they have like a new sense of direction. They feel good about themselves. And I think what both of our organizations are trying to do is lift up those children and lift up those people in those rural areas and let them know that they do deserve better and that they have two big supporters in the two of us, and we're going to do as much as we can to help those communities.
Did you kind of get this idea, Governor? Education was such a huge part of your last campaign, and especially what you've been trying to do these last couple of years. Did this kind of spawn out of that at all, or is this just something that's come up recently?
I mean, the truth is, you're talking to a young girl that grew up in Bamberg where we didn't know what we didn't have. And I just remember life in Bamberg, and I remember how hard it was. And so when I became governor, really focusing on the places that nobody talks about meant a lot to me. And then here you've got one of the coolest coaches in the country who's saying, I'm not going to forget, I know I'm your spokesperson now, who's going to say, look, we're not going to forget where we came from. And I think that what I hope this does is inspire a lot of people in South Carolina to realize we go through our day-to-day lives, but there's a lot of people who struggle. And if we can lift up anybody that's struggling, it makes it worth it.
And just to be specific, it's just those specific 8 counties that...
So everything that's donated, you can go to any of the 67 DMVs throughout the state. So we want all of the state to participate, but the proceeds will be going to the 8 counties, those rural challenged 8 counties that we're talking about. And so that again is Allendale, Bamberg, Barnwell, Clarendon, Dillon, Marion, Marlboro, and Union are the counties that will be focused on through this drive.
Coach, I'd like to hear a little bit more about, you mentioned that you would be actually going to these areas. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, we're putting together, of course, it'll be during our traditional basketball season, but we have to have a day off at some point, and I'll use our days off to go down to, I won't be able to hit all of them, but certainly we will try to get into one, maybe each month, so we can have a presence, not just with, providing tools, sneakers, school supplies, but just a presence with me being there. And hopefully we can get it to the point where we can get some of those excelling students to some of our basketball games where they get to experience college athletics, as well as hopefully showing them around to a higher education institution.
And speak a little bit more about you actually having that presence there. I mean, what do you feel like you being there as a role model, you and your team, is that kind of what you guys are trying to accomplish with that?
Well, we had a platform. INNERSOLE had a platform this past school year at Burton Pack, where we implemented the Educate My Soul initiative there. It was year long. I got a chance to go there maybe 4 or 5 times throughout the school year, and the impact that it has on children to see someone that they see on TV, someone that's winning, someone that's representing a higher education institution. I think it uplifts them, you know, let alone giving them a new pair of sneakers. I think, you know, the whole totality of me being there and why I was there really had a great impact.
But it will be you and the team though, right? And
No,
so-
it will be me. It will be me, and hopefully with, you know, how our players love how to give back. You know, you got Elisa Welsh that's down there greeting everyone coming in. She loves to give back, and I think with all of our players, you know, hopefully we'll get a chance to show them how privileged they are by visiting schools, you know, in those rural areas.
One last question. Would you consider having something like this for the Christmas season, like a back-to-school edition of that? You know how kids go away, and I mean.
So I think what we're going to do is, I think we're looking at an exciting partnership between the Original Six Foundation and INNERSOLE, and trying to see what we can do to bring this together. If this is successful, I hope that we can work together a lot more for a lot of things. We're serving the same people. We're going after the same families to try and lift them up. And so if this is successful, you will see more of it. And I don't consider things unsuccessful. We don't do that in South Carolina. So I expect us to be working together for a long time. All right, thanks guys, appreciate it.